Hi there, welcome to the channel, Cozy Leisure Services. Yeah, just a quick video today talking about space, kitchen space mainly. One of the things, we've had a couple of motorhomes, and one of the things that we noticed is, you know, they all vary, but you know, the kitchens are pretty small in these motorhome things. And yeah, just ignore these holes here. That was done by the previous owner. He put a shelf on top of there, which is what I'm going to talk about today. So we've been manufacturing and supplying brackets for shelving systems in motorhomes. So just to show you what we've got here, this is one that I designed. This is for a roller team 696, which basically, it's a bit difficult holding the phone doing this, but I'm sure we'll get by. Okay, so we can cover up most of those holes with the bracket. So that's the shelf bracket in place now. Now this gives you so much more room. Get the phone the right way around. This gives you absolutely loads more space to, you know, you can put things on there. You can put a kettle at the one end, stuff on there. And if you're cooking, you can put stuff on there. And the shelf's very sturdy, and it just sits there, and it can be removed when traveling. Now, the crucial part of this shelving system is the thickness of this wood here. Okay, so this is about 14.4 millimeter. I know that's a bit accurate, but I measured it with a vernier, which is what I recommend. Now, with the wood, what we've noticed over the last couple of years, motorhomes manufacturers keep changing the specifications. So on some of the newer ones, this is a 2020 plate. On a 22, we noticed that this has gone down to 12 mil. So somebody ordered some brackets and they wouldn't fit. We had to redo them. So what we would say is, if you do order brackets, just check the measurements of this wood here. Now on the Pegassos, the roller tin Pegasso, this can be 30 mil and some are 31, some of the newer ones. So, you know, a 30 mil bracket's not going to fit a 31 there, so measuring is highly recommended for that. But that's a nice snug fit on there, and I say this is a 696/20 plate. Now we took it one step further with this. I'm going to have to put the phone down for this, but yeah, we designed a completely different, well, a two-tier shelving system. The electric bed, by the way, still comes down, and you can leave that in place. It's not a problem. It just sits just above it, and it's still the same height that the bed was in. The other thing to look at as well is when you measuring up for your brackets is the clearance between this and that. You don't want this sitting too low, so this too short, so it's squashing that down or it won't go on. You want it nice and level and easy. These will become more evident in a minute. Here's the for. Bear with me a second. I'm just going to put the phone down for this bit. Okay, so I'm back with you now. So yeah, so basically what I did, those holes that I showed you at the back, we've just plugged this section in there, which gives the second tier. It's got a tiny bit of bounce in it, but these brackets are made of carbon fibre, and they've got little supports there which stops the bounce. But as again, you can still put on fairly heavy items on there, kettles and all sorts of stuff, and you know, it's pretty damn sturdy. It's and that gives you another extra shelf there. Now the reason I made it so you could unplug it, that's if you're using a drop down bed. So at night you just pull that top section off, drop your bed down, and everything works, and it's easy. I mean, you saw how long I put the phone down for. It was literally seconds it took me to put that in there. You can leave it on when you're traveling, it's not a problem. My son sits there, he's never bashed his head or anything like that. But if you want to remove the shelf for safety reasons while you're traveling, just pull it off and put it on the bed. It's not a big deal. But yeah, so that's the shelving system we do. We design brackets for lots of different motorhomes. Roller team mainly at the moment, but we are expanding. It's just a case of collecting measurements. But like I say, the manufacturers are a bit of a pain in the bum. They keep changing the specification of wood thickness, so it does need really to be measured and checked. On the website where we sell the brackets, it will give you the dimensions of the brackets, which we're going to update later on. So you can check yours there. I do recommend you measure with a vernier or a micrometer to get a more accurate measure. You can do it with a tape measure, but it's difficult sometimes. You'd like 14.2, 14.4 would be very difficult to see with a tape measure, but so I do recommend to use a vernier for that. Anyway, thanks for watching.